Tonight at 6 on Tulsa's Channel 8.
We're along with the Oklahoma Forestry Service, how they're helping contain these wildfires by burning off some of the brush.
Trying to tally the damage, the state insurance commissioner in Manford.
You've seen the wildfires in Manford and now this fire in Midtown. How does this affect your insurance premiums?
You're watching KTUL, Tulsa's Channel 8.
Hello and thank you so much for joining us. First on 8, the firefight continues in Creek County.
Now, so far, 58,000 acres have been burned along with 70 homes. The cost of that damage is no doubt millions of dollars. So FEMA is coming tomorrow to help those in need. That help includes grant money for fire departments that have exhausted all of their resources.
Also tonight, we're told all roads are back open. However, for safety reasons, the speed limit on highways 33 and 48 have been reduced to just 45 miles per hour, and that's down from 65. Meanwhile, flare-ups in Creek County are keeping fire crews busy once again.
Channel 8's Yvonne Lewis went behind the scenes to show us what they're dealing with. Yvonne?
That's right. Crews have been stationed in 4 strategic areas around the Manford area to actually fight those fires, any fires that may crop up here at the last minute. And the Oklahoma Forestry Service also here. They're fighting the fires in a remote area in and around Manford. The land is desolate, and the colors of black and gray dart the landscape. Extremely dry conditions and out-of-control fires are to blame. But even in the midst of devastation, there's more than one way to fight a fire.
Yeah, if you would, let the fire department guys down there know we're going to get started up here.
They showed me, I was on the ground, they showed me where I needed to come through.
Don Cook on a team who fights fire with fire.
Going to burn it out.
For the Oklahoma Forestry Service, firefighting may seem unconventional. Crews contain the fire inside perimeters. It is without question a team effort.
OHP lets us use their aircraft as an aerial platform. In fact, that's how we put this line here behind us today.
The Forestry Service brings in bulldozers for fire suppression.
Local fire departments help us, support us when we do these burnout operations with their grass rigs.
The goal is to keep the flames from escaping and causing further damage.
We've got one left right now.
Right now, we're hoping in the next few days to get this one buttoned up and see what happens from there.
As people are being allowed back into their homes, not everyone or everything have a place to go back to. By the way, there have been dozens of fire departments helping out, including the Tulsa Fire Department. They've had as many as 100 firefighters helping with these fires. Reporting live from Manford, Yvonne Lewis, Tulsa's Channel 8.
On the flip side of that, we are watching for some showers and thunderstorms, some strong and some severe this evening. Good evening, everyone. Let's take a look at those maps right now. As we get a little bit closer in Okmulgee and Okfuskee counties, we've had some severe thunderstorm warnings there. Take a look at this cell, though, by Quinton. Just completely collapses after hitting that town. We're looking at around 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts reported around that area. But the good news is that continues to dissipate as we make our way into the evening. A wider view shows there's not a whole lot happening in that neck of the woods. Closer to home in Tulsa, there were a couple of showers and thunderstorms that are trying to develop just to the south. If you head down, we're say 75 toward Okmulgee, just to the west of Boynton. That's where we're looking at a strong thunderstorm right now, possibly severe with 60 to 65 mile per hour winds. Also some small hail possible with some of these storms, but as you can see, there's just not a whole lot happening across the area. We'll of course keep you updated throughout the evening, but as we make our way toward sunrise, or sunset I should say, and that'll happen around 8:22, that's when we'll be looking at most of these showers and thunderstorms collapsing. Heat of the day kind of adds fuel to the fire. I'll come back. I'll continue to take a look at the radar and give you some great news about the 8-day plan. It's all coming up in a few short minutes.
Looking forward to it, Andrew. Thank you. Well, fire departments from Manford and Freedom Hill received huge donations from Community Care today to help with resources. Channel 8's Bert Mumolo is live in Manford, where that money is still desperately needed. Bert.
Kristen, on the drive in, smoke on the horizons. The fire departments are still out there hitting those hot spots. And what really drives home the magnitude of this disaster is the information age, where I can tweet that I had a Snickers and 10 seconds from now, you'll know it. But here we are 3-4 days after the main fires, and there is still no official tally as to the total number of homes actually lost. The totality of the damage is still unknown. So widespread was the fire and the occasional fires that continue to flare up that state officials have yet to start the process of heading out to catalog the actual damage. That is expected to start by the end of the week. As for rough estimates right now,
we can give you a good idea of those that were insured of the total amount of claims statewide that have been turned in here. Probably the last 48 to 72 hours are probably in the 350 range, and that can be anything from a home to a vehicle damage to a burned out vehicle to whatever that might be. Those will probably be in the hundreds of millions of dollars statewide.
As to the number of uninsured, the state commissioner said expect that number to be high. He said by comparison, if you look at the number of uninsured motorists, which is 25% across the state, and that's required, and just imagine what the amount is for these homes. Upwards, he said, perhaps of 50%. Reporting live, Bert Mumlo, Tulsa Channel 8.
Oh, thank you, Bert. And still to come, how you can either get or give donations in Manford.
Changes are coming for TPS athletes due to the extreme heat that we've been under lately. Tulsa Public Schools have announced a ban on all outdoor activities involving students from 1 in the afternoon to 6 p.m. They will not be allowed to play. However, any football scrimmages that were scheduled next week at 5:30 will go ahead as planned. TPS will reconsider the ban on a weekly basis until the heat subsides.
Well, first-degree murder charges are filed for a double shooting at a Tulsa Best Buy store. Police say that Willie Wise and Jeremy Foster shot and killed 2 people in Midtown July 14th. Now, the intended target was gang member Scott Norman, but a stray bullet hit Wes Brown, an innocent bystander. The alleged getaway driver, Shania Craven, also faces charges for accessory to murder. An early morning fire attacks a South Tulsa strip mall.
Firefighters say at least 4 businesses lost everything. The blaze broke out around 2 o'clock this morning on the southwest corner of 61st and Lewis. Stores in the middle of the mall, including a sandwich shop and a nail salon, were destroyed. Other tenants sustained interior damage. The cause of the fire remains under investigation. The strip mall had recently been renovated after sustaining storm damage.
Recovery costs from isolated fires like that strip mall and wildfires like the ones in Creek County could tally up to millions of dollars. Insurance should cover most homes and property, but how will those events affect your personal insurance rates? Channel 8's Kim Jackson went digging for answers.
The fire is over, and now the cleanup, as you can see, has begun. And now these business owners have to think about money and insurance.
This shopping center was full of blaze, but it's seen more troubles. In 2010, a tornado ripped the roof off, considered a weather-related claim. Legally, there was no insurance rate increases or surcharges. But this time could be different, an isolated fire. The wildfires are considered catastrophic and actually could lead to more requirements for homeowners in that area before they are renewed. And Oklahomans have seen an increase in premiums, all because of statewide incidents.
The larger problem that Oklahoma has faced has been a culmination of catastrophe events over the last 4 years, from hailstorms, tornadoes, even ice storms, along with these wildfires.
I did check with State Farm Insurance Company, and they say for 2011, the year of the tornado, they did not raise rates in 2012. In South Tulsa, Kim Jackson, Tulsa's Channel 8.
It looks like layoffs could be in store for 167 Tulsa factory workers. Their plant is closing in November. DMI Industries makes wind turbines on East Apache. Its parent company decided to sell it and another plant in North Dakota due to slow demand. Now the future of 216 workers in Fargo and 167 workers in Tulsa is uncertain. The buyer has not been named.
Well, contract voting ends at midnight for transport workers at American Airlines. Union members are considering American's second best and final offer. The company filed for bankruptcy last November, demanding millions of dollars in concessions to avoid layoffs. But to date, workers have struck down all deals. If this new vote does not pass, 1,300 mechanics could lose their jobs. We could know the outcome by noon tomorrow.
Tulsa's Kendall Whittier neighborhood is celebrating more community development tonight.
And this morning, the George Kaiser Family Foundation recognized the start of construction on West Park. It's near 5th and Lewis. The master plan includes 128 apartments, student housing, retail space, and the renovation of a neighborhood park. Construction should be complete in 1 year.
Well, thanks to a big donation, the Children's Hospital at St. Francis is able to move forward with some important cancer research. Hyundai presented a giant check worth $75,000. Doctors at St. Francis want kids to take fewer narcotics, and they're hoping some new art programs will help take their minds off of the pain. Elizabeth Copinger is a teenager diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma. She says she can't imagine how little kids cope.
I wouldn't know what to do. You know, they can't connect with other people, and I can connect with people through, you know, multimedia, and little kids can't. They don't even understand what's going on with them.
For every Hyundai sold, $14 is donated to Hope on Wheels. So far, they've donated $10 million.
Some great artwork already. That car is looking nice. Well, when we return, help for the four-legged fire victims in Creek County.
All I can say is this God is so good.
Plus, Oklahoma's generosity shines through. A Manford church reaches out to those in need.
And we need the rain. We don't need the severe weather. We're getting a little bit of both tonight across the area. Stay with us. Your complete forecast is on its way.
And this picture is getting a lot of likes on our Channel 8 Facebook page. The story behind this dog resting in a bird bath. Welcome back, everyone. You know, since the Creek County fires, there has been an outpouring of support for the victims.
Yeah, whether it's clothing, water, or dog food, the need is there. And our community, as always, has answered the call. Tonight, photojournalist Greg Bonds shows us the outreach and Oklahoma's amazing giving spirit.
What would you do if this wasn't here?
Well, I guess I'd do without until I'd be able to buy something, which is all I can say is this God is so good.
Anything we can do to help you, people pray with you, whatever.
All right, God bless you.
Bless you too.
It's really overwhelming. It's very humbling that just the way people come together. You see the true colors of the people in times like this.
Ruby! The right guy. Get it, girl. We're getting a great response from individuals bringing in supplies and donations and anything that can be used for the animals.
Maybe they don't have anything to give, but they say, what can I do? We'll have them sort shoes or, you know, sort through the masses of clothes that have been coming in. Their hearts just go out to people. They want to do something.
So I want the kids to be happy and like try to find a new home and stay healthy. We brought Gatorade, Band-Aids, water, backpacks, school supplies, and snacks.
The thing that comes to mind to me is that everybody responds immediately, and that's a good thing. But this is going to be ongoing. These people lost everything they had, and I can't fathom that.
The days to come will probably shift gears. Right now it's immediate needs that we're meeting. We have a lot of people, I mean, they don't have anything, so it'll be ongoing for quite some time.
They need a lot of stuff, and just come on and help.
God is good. God is so good. Yes, He is. Praise the Lord.
We really do take care of our own. Well, our thanks to Greg Bonds for that story and to everyone who gave. If you need donations or would like to give, Lake Church is located at 35903 West Highway 51 in Manford.
And as you saw in our last story, it's not just humans who need help, it's our furry friends as well. That's why Tulsa's SPCA set up at Drysdale's near 31st and Memorial to collect pet supplies. Everything from food to blankets, beds, and yes, cash too. Every little bit helps the cause. Tina Frost has 3 dogs displaced by the fires.
You don't really realize they are just as confused and just as discombobulated as the rest of us are. You know, the dogs don't understand why they're not at home. So we decided to come over and get a little comfort for a little bit of home.
The SPCA had hoped to fill 1 trailer full of supplies today. We are told they have now surpassed that. And speaking of your pets, we have a great picture that is bound to cheer you up.
Yeah, this picture is from Larry Fick of Cushing. It's getting a lot of attention on our Facebook page, too. Larry says that he was watering his flowers and heard a splash. He looked over at his bird bath, and this is what he found, a stray dog cooling off. Well, Larry did the right thing and gave the poor guy some food and water, and it looks like the pooch is staying. Larry has a friend for life.
What a great picture.
That is too cute.
Love that. And if you want to share that picture with your friends, again, just go to Channel 8's Facebook page. I love that. So everybody everybody is doing what they can to find some relief.
Yeah, I think we should take some advice from the dog, right? Try to find something to cool off.
Quick, find water.
Exactly. There's some of that falling from the sky right now, and some of it actually a little bit on the severe side, but at least there's no tornadoes or anything like that. Some wind, kind of run-of-the-mill thunderstorms that we are used to here across Oklahoma. The good news, it gives some of us some much-needed moisture, and I do think that we're going to continue to see that not just tonight, but then into tomorrow as well. Most of us in the Tulsa Metro, pretty dry, but Okmulgee and Okfuskee counties still under a severe thunderstorm warning. That actually has continued to plague these areas now. Henrietta, Okmulgee, these little cells here are continuing to pack a punch. We're talking brief, heavy downpours, of course, lightning and thunder, maybe some very small hail, but the big story is that they're quick moving, so the wind with those are pretty much on par between 60 and 70 miles per hour. Henrietta, watch out within the next 5 minutes. Pretty much that is going to be coming in your direction, but they are minimally severe. In fact, we had a storm earlier by Quinton. That is pretty much all that's left of that. So they will continue to collapse as we make our way toward the evening hours. And then, as you can see, we don't have a whole lot happening by Tulsa, so we're staying dry. As we lose the heating of the day and the sunshine, we start to lose the intensity of these thunderstorms. Again, look at all the showers and thunderstorms lined up the Oklahoma City area, and that whole metro area is under the gun for some severe weather this evening. Now, we will once again try to get some of that going for tomorrow, which is good news because we need all the moisture we can get. 104 this hour, actually up a degree from 103 at the last hour. We were 106 a little earlier. 103 in Wagner, Claremore at 102, Okmulgee 99. Obviously, you guys are cooling off with some of those showers and storms. Okay, so the last couple of weeks, we've had this big dome of high pressure over on top of us. And what that did is any systems that came through from west to east pretty much ignored our neck of the woods. Well, it's retrograding. It's breaking down just a little bit and just enough to get in some of that moisture in our neck of the woods today and then again tomorrow. South winds overnight, very light. By the time you wake up tomorrow, 75 degrees, mostly sunny skies. Increasing clouds in the afternoon, and once again for the afternoon into the evening, I think we'll see a few showers and storms. 99 for your daytime high, so those temperatures are chopped off just a bit. Everybody in the morning starts off in the 70s, pretty much low, middle, and upper 70s. If you are more to the south tomorrow, triple digits, more to the north, upper 90s. So we're starting to get there, and I think you're going to like the 8-day plan. Take a look at this. Where's the triple digits? You guys see any?
Don't miss them either.
No, yeah, no one is missing them. We are going to stay hot, but we are going to stay normal. Don't use that word very often. But we're going to stay in the low to middle 90s. Next week, chance of a couple more storms Sunday and Monday. So now that everything's kind of broken down a bit, every time we get some systems that come through, it actually is affecting us. It doesn't mean we're done with triples for the rest of the summer, but at least for the next 8 days, a little bit of relief.
A little bit. We'll take it.
Exactly.
Thank you. Well, coming up, the newest Sooner football player was introduced today down in Norman. Hear from Bob Stoops about his new wide receiver coming up in sports.
At 12 a.m. this morning, the 2012 high school football season officially arrived here in Oklahoma as the Owasso Rams were the first on the field for their annual Midnight Madness practice. Now, you hear Midnight Madness practices for college basketball, but I'll tell you what, I love seeing it for high school football. The Rams were just the tip of the iceberg of high school practices today. A handful of teams took to the field earlier this morning to kick off their fall camps. That included 6A's best team over the past 4 years. You know them, the Union Redskins. Coach Kirk Frederick will be looking to guide Union to its 5th straight state title. And if they're successful, they'd become only the 5th team in the history of Oklahoma high school football to accomplish the feat. Coach Fred was excited to get fall practices going this morning.
Well, for us, it's real exciting. We're obviously moving out of the summertime and getting to run some plays and be around the kids and do what we intended to do, and that's play some football. And we didn't get in this business to run sprints and lift weights. It's to actually play the game, which is fun, and so it's an exciting time to get it kicked off.
It is exciting. At the college level, Bob Stoops officially announced the addition of former Penn State wide receiver Justin Brown earlier today. Brown left the Nittany Lions after sanctions were handed down from the NCAA. And even though today was his first practice, Justin has already made a good impression on Coach Stoops.
Inside of 24 hours, he's already been on the field, learned a bunch, and I'll say I thought looked very impressive. I was, I said to Coach Norvell, I said, wow, this guy's going to be special in our system, so we're excited to have him.
That's pretty cool. A new wide receiver. And don't also forget about the NFL. The St. Louis Rams are going to be on our air, all their preseason games. The first one is Sunday at noon. I mean, it's football.
Yeah.
Football's here.
Might
not feel like it outside.
I was going to say, I can't believe it because it's so hot outside.
I know. It's awesome, though. I love it.
Exactly. All right, that's our news. Thanks for watching.
Our coverage continues online at KTL.com and at 10 after New York Med. Have a great evening. We'll see you at 10 o'clock.